Cuxhaven, where the Elbe flows into the North Sea. Since 2003, efforts have been made to master an enormous task here. With the support of the state of Lower Saxony, the German federal government and the EU, a unique infrastructure has been created, the Offshore and Maritime Industry Park, Cuxhaven. Large industrial areas on fairways of the Elbe, deep enough for seagoing vessels, the proximity to the North Sea, harbour infrastructures which are unique in Europe and ideal for any logistics or transport task involving even very heavy and special project cargoes and qualified professionals, Cuxhaven has it all. An important component of the Offshore and Maritime Industry Park Cuxhaven is Cuxport. Its quays measure almost 1 kilometre. Ships with a draft of up to 15.8 metres can moor there. It has row-row ramps with a maximum capacity of 380 tonnes, berths for inland vessels, a heavy load platform for loads up to 90 tonnes per square metre and large interim storage areas. For decades, Cuxport has stood for experience and state-of-the-art technical facilities for handling project and heavy cargoes, ro-ro, containers, bulk cargo, car transshipment and offshore components. For transport between the industrial areas and the quays, a special heavy load road has been built. It can easily handle 500-ton heavy monopiles, tower segments, steel deliveries for production and all other types of heavy loads. Several times a week, 2 special ships depart from Cuxhaven, making supply runs to the converter platforms of the new wind parks on the North Sea. Offshore Terminals 1 and 2 were built right in front of the factory halls. They are public harbours which are unique on the German coast in terms of size and function, boasting a 600-ton gantry crane for loading barges and heavy lift vessels. The new berths provide loading facilities which accommodate several jack-up vessels and heavy lift vessels simultaneously. Such ideal conditions for project loadings, transshipment, transport and storage are convincing arguments. Well, to start with, a quay edge 14 meters deep is ideal. And then there are the large areas in the hinterland with interim storage facilities and large cranes to get things there. That's why we opted for Cuxhaven. The Offshore and Maritime Industry Park Cuxhaven has 2 kilometres of docks, large storage and interim storage areas and mobile heavy lift cranes. Then there is the strategically good location, along with competent specialists experienced in handling extremely heavy cargoes, supported by the network of Cuxhaven Port Management, and on-site logisticians with their own offshore equipment, like the Otto Wolf Company. This special enterprise transports foundation elements and tower segments, gigantic transformer platforms and pile drivers Europe-wide. It has played a major role in the construction of several wind parks on the North and Baltic Seas. Mützelfeld shipyards in Cuxhaven have been building and repairing ships for 120 years, and they currently equip offshore jack-up vessels. In addition to ocean-going tugs, they build special ships like the novel crew transfer vessel for Otto Wolf, specially designed for use on the North Sea. Logistics solutions are enhanced by the Sea Airport Cuxhaven Nordholz and DL Helicopter, an aviation company geared towards transport of passengers, freight and external loads in the offshore area. The Cuxhaven Nordholz Airport also handles routine crew change in connection with the construction of the RWE Energy Nordsee Ost offshore wind park. Cuxhaven offers the best prerequisites for enterprises in the offshore industry, also as an extended workbench for Hamburg-based offshore enterprises, for example. One of the pioneers in Cuxhaven is Umbau, one of the world's leading manufacturers of steel tube towers and steel foundations today. The Offshore Safety Training Center Cuxhaven offers safety and survival training for offshore assembly and service personnel, including helicopter underwater escape training, high-angle rescue and survival at sea. The Davy Offshore Certification Center Cuxhaven inspects and certifies wind parks. It is a globally active enterprise for technical and scientific services. Type testing of components, analysis of production procedures and expertising for the on- and offshore area are some of its core competencies. To attract new enterprises and secure Cuxhaven as the leading site for offshore logistics, the shore and offshore-based infrastructures are being expanded all the time. Existing port installations are already designed to accommodate all types of ships, jack-up vessels and barges. The state of Lower Saxony is building more berths to make Cuxhaven the largest offshore port in Europe. In cooperation with Lower Saxony, the Cuxhaven Ports Development Company has developed an additional 85 hectares of high-quality commercial and industrial space right behind the Elbe dike. 33 million euros have been invested in getting it ready for need-based use. The load-bearing capacity of the soil is particularly suitable for heavy loads. All in all, private and public investors are spending almost 300 million euros on new harbour facilities, industrial space and production plants. All with the aim of creating the best site conditions, including a completely tarmacked 5.5 hectare interim storage and logistics area adjacent to the quays, which is designed for transshipment, transport and storage of heavy cargo up to 25 tons per square metre. And the highly specialised network of service providers and logisticians for port operations and industrial areas waiting for new businesses. Ideal infrastructures directly on the North Sea, here at the Offshore and Maritime Industry Park, Cuxhaven. The Agentur für Wirtschaftsförderung would be glad to guide you as a competent partner in reaching your personal entrepreneurial goals.